This is Rock and Roll English. Real people, real English. Here's your host, Martin Johnston.
Hello, rock and rollers, and welcome to another episode of Rock and Roll English. Well, kind of one of those bonus episodes again, where today I'm going to tell you about my married life. As you know, I got married in the summer. I got married to Mrs. R&R, who is Italian, and we live in Italy. So everything's great, but there is one problem we have, and that problem is called Brexit. Because now travelling between my home country, which is obviously England, and Italy, where I live, is just a bit more difficult, a bit more of a pain in the arse, basically. Not impossible, but difficult. So in order to solve this problem, I am trying to get an Italian passport. I always tell Mrs. R&R that is the only reason I got married, just so I can have that European passport and say fuck off to Brexit. Obviously, that's a joke. Mrs. R&R, if you're listening, I love you. So for the last few months, I have been trying to get this Italian passport. And let me tell you, so far, it's been a nightmare. I went to my local government, let's call it, my local council, and they told me you need to speak to the Italian embassy in London. So I spent weeks trying to call them. I heard lots of those voice machines of like, if you would like to speak about passports, press 1. If you would like to speak about Italian passports, press 2. And all of this driving me crazy. And then after weeks of calling, I finally managed to speak to someone. And that person said, no, you need to go to your local police station. So then I went to my local police station. And then they said, no, you need to speak to your local government, your local council. I told them I've already been there. And they said, no, that's where you need to go. So I went again to my local government and they said, you need to speak to the Italian embassy. I told them, yes, I have already done that. And they said, look, I can't help you. You need to speak to the Italian embassy. So I tried calling again, calling. And one day I even got a voice message which said, sorry, our offices are closed, but they are open every day between 9 a.m. and 1 p.m. The problem was it was 11:30 a.m. So I was calling in the times where they were telling me the office was open, and it wasn't. And let me tell you, I wanted to punch myself in the face. Has anything like this ever happened to you? If it has, you will understand me. It's fucking annoying, isn't it? But problems always do happen, and problems often happen in the Rock and Roll English family. People have had difficulty with payments in the past, with finding the podcast, with accessing the online lessons. Any problem you can imagine, it's happened, believe me. The difference is, though, when there is a problem in the Rock and Roll English family, you speak to me, okay? I don't tell you to go to your local police station. There is no automatic message. There is no automated email. There are certainly no secretaries. It's just me. A real person. Me, Martin, always fantastic Martin. And I'm always available and I always help. In fact, just yesterday, one of the new members told me that she had difficulty finding the podcast because obviously to listen to these extra 600 episodes, there is a special kind of way to do that. So I said, don't worry. I will speak to you on Skype and we will fix the problem together because I do everything to make sure all of the members of the Rock and Roll English family are happy. I put all of my energy, all of my passion into this, into making it work. So if you would like to be a part of the Rock and Roll English family, go to www.rockandrollenglish.com/family. I will be waiting for you there and I look forward to resolving some problems together. But in the meantime, just keep on rocking, baby.
Thanks so much for listening to Rock and Roll English. For more great content and to stay up to date, visit rockandrollenglish.com and facebook.com/rockandrollenglish. We'll catch you next time.